Aloha. This is Emily Thoreau-Threat, host of the Grief and Happiness podcast. Every Friday, I share with you my love notes, giving you a little something to think about as you navigate through your grief journey, finding happiness expanding along your way. And every Tuesday, I post my regular podcast sharing wonderful conversations with people you can relate to and who offer you encouraging ideas and helpful inspiration. I'm so grateful you're joining me and look forward to hearing from you, your thoughts. Aloha. My podcast for you today is Come On Over to the Bright Side. When Jacques died, I didn't see anything as positive. My world was dark. Most of those who I thought were my friends were no place to be found. I didn't have anyone to talk to, and I became really good at feeling sorry for myself. I was not happy living this way. I had not been working at a paying job for over 2 years as I stayed home to care for Jacques. I was contemplating what I was supposed to be doing when someone I used to work with called me and offered me a job. My knee-jerk reaction was to decline because I'd left that job I'd been working with her because the workplace environment had become impossible, filled with negativity, and I knew I never wanted to be surrounded by all that again. Then she explained to me that there'd been a major change, essentially dividing the department in two. She was in the new department, and all those with the negativity were in the old department. She said the new department was a wonderful place to work and invited me to come on over to the bright side. And I did, and I'm grateful. This experience taught me I could choose what I wanted to be, and I wanted to be surrounded by positive, happy, creative people. It also taught me the importance of focusing on being positive, happy, and creative, no matter what I was dealing with. This changed my life. I worked to lift myself up from the depression of grief I'd been dealing with and to find a way to each situation to find what was good and stay positive. I saw an interview the week of the uncle of Jacob Blake, the man who'd been shot in the back 7 times by a police officer. Jacob's uncle said that his family was on top of the world. He said they were so happy because they weren't going to a funeral. Then I heard a reporter who'd had a phone interview with Jacob at his hospital bed, and Jacob said he was grateful to be alive and that he wouldn't let this incident bring him down. I was struck by the positivity of this family. I felt that no matter how challenging things became for them, they would get through it together, focusing on what's good and positive. This reminded me of seeing a video of George Floyd's little daughter sitting on his shoulder, both of them smiling and laughing. George was killed by the police, which started an enormous demonstrations across the country. And they were focusing on reform of law enforcement. And what George's little daughter said was, "My daddy changed the world." Each of us can change the world, starting with focusing on the positive. There's so much good in our lives. I start every day with writing a list of what I'm grateful for in my journal. I've filled several journals since I started doing this, and I'm amazed by all the things I'm grateful for. And I never run out of positive things to say. I also write in my journal every day, and I focus on the making everything positive. Can you imagine how wonderful our country could be if everyone started focusing on what's good about it? Focusing on all the love that we can share? I'm focusing on what's positive about every situation, spreading love and joy. I invite you to join me in this campaign. Come on over to the bright side. Do you want more comfort, support, and happiness? Join the Grief and Happiness Alliance. Visit my website at lovingandlivingyourwaythroughgrief.com and read my book, Loving and Living Your Way Through Grief. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast, rate it, review it, and binge on all our episodes on grief and happiness. I can't wait to welcome you back to another episode.